I'm going to share a few things that I do to protect my family's health. Probably most of it you already heard 1,000 times, and I hope most of it you are implementing already. So, starting with the obvious, washing your hands. I use hand sanitizer only when water and soap are not available. I do believe that water and soap are a lot more efficient. If I have to use hand sanitizer, I put pretty big amount on my hands, so it stays on my hands for at least 20 seconds. That's how much time is needed to break the membranes of bacteria or virus. When we come home, the first thing we do is take off shoes and clothes, and we do not keep that lying around. All shoes and coats are going into the closet, and we keep that door closed. If you don't have a closet, I would suggest that you cover your coats and shoes with a plastic or maybe a bed sheet. And the rest of clothing that's been worn out goes into the laundry basket. We never walk in the clothes we wore to school or work or outside. We never wore it at home. We change, and we never ever walk in outside shoes at home. And that is one of the dirtiest habits Americans have, to walk in their outside shoes at home. We take a minimum of 2 showers per day, sometimes it's more. First one in the morning, that is needed to wash off all the toxins that have been pulled out through the night. Our body has this natural ability to detox. Our skin cells get inverted and they pull out the toxins from your body. That's why when we wake up, we have this oily layer on our skin. You have to wash it off in the morning, otherwise approximately around 9 o'clock in the morning, the skin cells get inverted back and they start to pull in everything from the top layer into your body. And so if you have some fancy skincare, use it in the morning, because whatever you'll put in at night will not be absorbed. Whatever you put in the morning will be absorbed. First shower in the morning with the purpose to wash off everything that was pulled out from the body. Second shower when we come home from work, from school, from outside, from any trip. We take a full shower. We may have another one right before bed. Before we leave the house during cold time of the year, when there's some flus going around, we would coat with Vaseline the inside of our nostrils. That acts as a physical barrier for bacteria. So when you breathe in the air, those particles get stuck in this sticky layer. And when we come home, we wash it all off. Another thing we do that I noticed Americans don't like to do, we open our windows regardless of the weather, at least for a few minutes, so you can air out your home. In the morning, at night before going to bed, for a few minutes all windows get opened up. Even if it's really, really cold and it's snowing outside, we're still open windows for a few minutes. We do take supplements. Please remember, I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just sharing with you what we do in my family. Vitamin C, the obvious one. It improves the elasticity of the membranes of our cells. And when the membranes of our cells are strong and elastic, they can easily repel whatever's foreign coming into the body. We get lots of our vitamin C in natural form from fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, berries, greens, also from sauerkraut. Sauerkraut contains lots of vitamin C and also beneficial live bacteria. We also take zinc, lysine, iodine. Iodine is crucial. Every cell of our body needs iodine, and we don't get nearly enough from our diet. We take vitamin B group, magnesium, potassium, vitamin A, and vitamin D3. D3 is also very important for our immune system. And only when we feel that it's needed, we would take natural immunomodulators. We use Korean ginseng and rhodiola. Rhodiola is also known as the Siberian ginseng. Also, we use a lot of spices. Spices are so powerful. They act like a nuclear bomb against the bad guys that constantly attacked our bodies. And that would be all kinds of peppers: white, black, red, cayenne pepper, chili pepper, mustard. We use the yellow, brown, and black mustard, coriander, turmeric, cloves, nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger. When we feel that our health might be compromised, we use garlic. Although garlic is a very poisonous substance and can do a lot of harm to our bodies, it does have strong medicinal properties. We do not use it as food, we take it as a pill. I would take one clove at a time and cut it with a very sharp knife in tiny cubes, making sure that no juice gets squeezed out. And then we swallow those tiny cubes, just like you would swallow pills. And that's important not to chew it, otherwise it will have a very different effect. We drink lots of hot water. Yes, hot water, even in summer. Anything below body's temperature does not get absorbed. I know during hot weather, drinking something cold may feel cooling and refreshing, but it does not get absorbed by our body. It gets flushed out. And you know, when you have a glass of cold water, a few minutes later you end up in a bathroom. None of it gets absorbed. Everything flushes out. When you drink cold water, your body perceives it as an attack, so it tries to get rid of it. The right way to hydrate your body is to drink hot liquids. Water is the best, but teas, broth will absorb too. So we drink this water throughout the day, every 10-15 minutes, few sips at a time. We have thermal bottles that we fill with this hot water and we carry it around. I don't leave house without it. If I go to work, I take some with me. You need approximately 1 cup of hot liquid for 1 hour. So continuously, every 10-15 minutes, or whenever you feel thirsty, you take few sips. Although occasionally I do fast or follow very strict diet to boost my extrasensory abilities, but I would never do this during the times when I feel that my health can be compromised, because it can weaken immune system. Our immune system is built from a few things. It's beneficial bacteria, vitamins and antioxidants that make our body resilient, and immunoglobulin. This is the army that fights the intruders. And those cells are built from protein. And if you are dieting, or even worse, fasting, you do not have enough protein. And therefore, you are not going to have enough of immunoglobulin. So we eat hearty, heavy meals. We eat lots of eggs, lots of real cheese, real butter, lots of meat, bone broths, lots of soups. We eat mostly hot food. If there's anything that has to be eaten raw, I'd blanch it in boiled water. Sometimes I may use a solution water with hydrogen peroxide, or white vinegar and water, or baking soda and water. There's one more thing we do to boost our immune system. After the morning shower, we massage into our skin a little bit of oil. It can be olive oil, sunflower oil, sesame oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil, or coconut oil. After the morning shower, once I dry with a towel, I would put a little bit of oil into my palms and warm it up, and I'd massage into my skin from hands towards my heart, the same with my legs, from toes going upwards towards my heart, back, neck, anywhere I can reach, adding just few drops of oil at a time. Don't worry, you're not going to smell like the oil, you won't be greasy, it absorbs almost instantly. So why do I do this? There's a lot of beneficial bacteria on our top layer of the skin, and once around 9 o'clock in the morning the skin cells get inverted, they would start pulling everything from the top layer, including those good bacteria. And because we nourish that with oil, they become stronger, more resilient. And then through the bloodstream, they end up in our gut. And that is our immune system. But not just that. Most of the happy hormone, serotonin, gets produced in our guts too. Don't take my word for it, experiment. And I promise you, already on the first day, you'll feel a little better. You'll feel more stable, more calm, more relaxed. You'll notice that your mood has improved. So what else do we do? We also make sure that we spend at least some time daily outside, getting in fresh air and soaking some sun. That is crucial for our health. Even if it's cold outside, you still can get some sun on your face and on your hands. When it's cold and the heat is running constantly, the air tends to get dry in our homes, and that is not good for our health. I dump in towels with water and spray a little bit of white vinegar that evaporates and also cleans the air. White vinegar is a strong neutralizer and it fights the bad guys. And for the same purpose, I collect the citrus peels. I never throw them away, and I would boil them in a pot with water. The oil from the citrus peels get released and evaporates into the air with the steam, and that cleans the air too. And of course it makes our home smell really nice. And I'll share one woo-woo thing that I do at home to protect my family. When I meditate, I imagine that I draw beautiful light into my body, healing, cleansing, protective light. And once my body gets filled with this completely, I imagine that it seeps through and forms a cocoon around me, and then I expand it bigger and bigger and bigger until it fills my home completely. So I surround my home, my family, with this protective bubble, and then I would just tell it what it's supposed to do, what it's supposed to protect from. And because it is my creation, I can program it in any way I want. I can tell it to pull in the good things and repel all the bad things. That would be it for today. I hope you found it useful or at least entertaining. I wish you and your family to stay safe and healthy.